I may or may not have drank a pretty significant portion of my coffee while trying to get all of the filming things set up, because we are at that beautiful and wonderful time of the year where everything just gets dark at 4:30 p.m. and it's just honestly a really unproductive time, but we're just gonna roll with it. Hi guys, my name is Tamela and I own The Social Icing. We are a virtual assistant studio that helps bloggers and influencers scale their business while gaining more of their time back. I feel like this is kind of just like a strong video right out of the gate, but I feel like it's one that's very much needed for the sake of transparency. So I want to go ahead and get a disclaimer out of the way. This is in no way, showing off or bragging or anything like that. But when I was starting my business, these were the kinds of videos that I was looking for. So obviously this was like one of the first things that I thought to share, because, when you're first starting your business, at least for me, I wanted to know what other people were making, how they were making it, and what was really possible in the industry. So I am breaking all of that down in this video. So if you're interested, let's get into it. I'm going to jump in with just kind of like the over-encompassing number of what we made our revenue in 2022, and that was $108,000. And honestly, I'm really happy with that number. We didn't set like a big, exact dollar value monetary goal for the year. And honestly, I'm probably not going to for this year either. But my main goal was to create more consistent income across the board, because I started my business in April of 2021. So this was my first kind of full calendar year. And I wanted to stay as consistent as possible in terms of income and create that for my business. And I feel like that's something that we did. We averaged about $8,900 a month throughout the year, with our highest month being in November. Q4 is always really great for us, and we hit $12,000 in November. And then our lowest month was in June, which was about like $4,800, I believe. So the J months always are just, they're never good. June, July, and January never do it for us. But for the most part, we kind of averaged about $8,900 a month. And with the exceptions of June and January, we usually tended to make about $8,000 a month at the minimum. Now we're gonna get into where all of that money came from, and I pulled my numbers from QuickBooks and from Honeybook. So if you see me looking down, I kind of have them down here in front of me, but I used a combination of both because I use QuickBooks kind of as my bookkeeping software, and then I use Honeybook as my CRM. If you've never used Honeybook, it is literally butter, seamless invoicing, proposals, integrates with QuickBooks. It does like all of the things, and I'll leave a link down below for you to get 20% off your first year with Honeybook. But I can get a little bit more granular and specific in there. So seeing what packages gross the most and things like that. So that's kind of why I used a combination of both there. But we're going to go in order of the services. So for LTK management, y'all, that made up 65% of my revenue for the year. So about $70,000 was just LTK management. That's crazy to think about. And honestly, I don't exactly love that. And I'll get to that a little bit later in the video of why I don't love that. Not that it's not good or that I'm grateful for that income, but I don't love such a big chunk and percentage being brought in from that. But we'll get to that a little bit later in the video. Social media management brought in 13% of that. Blog content, so blog post writing and images and graphics and linking and all of the things for blog posts, that brought in 9%. Hourly packages brought in 8%. Newsletter packages brought in 4%. And then other brought in 1%, which I just kind of lumped just kind of some random things, anything that was a little bit prorated or late fees or just kind of some miscellaneous one-off tasks, I kind of lumped in there. So that is where all of that $108,000 came from. And something else I feel like is important to highlight about those numbers is 92% of that $108,000 came from package rates, and only 8% came from hourly rates, which are still kind of put in a package, but they're the only things we track hours for. And hourly packages are something we only recently introduced, probably within the last 6-ish months. And I'm trying to think, I think there's one client that does not have another package, but pretty much we only offer them to clients that already have some sort of a package purchase with us, because honestly, I don't like tracking my hours. I find it to be a pain. I don't love it. So we do kind of keep it in-house with clients we are already working and supporting if they want to add it on, but it's not really something we offer a lot of unless the circumstance is right outside of that. So I highly recommend packages. Even if you're doing hourly rates like the way that I have mine structured, they're still in a package. You still have to buy a package of 10, 15, or 20 every month. Highly recommend package pricing. Something else that's super important to note that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about is that all of that money does not go into my pocket. The Social Icing made $108,000. Miss Tamela did not. That would have been lovely, but that's just not how it works. We operate at about a 60 to 70% profit margin, just depending, which means that 30 to 40% of our income goes to our expenses. And now this can include like labor, like contractors or my accountant or my bookkeeper, any lawyers we need to hire for anything, stuff like that. And it can also go to things like softwares like Flowdesk and ClickUp and Honeybook and Quickbooks, just different stuff like that we use. And also any continuing education. So that's usually just courses. I buy courses from a lot of different people when I want to learn a new skill or hone in on a skill that I already have. I typically purchase a course. All of those things kind of make up our expense category. We currently don't have anyone on payroll, so payroll isn't a part of that. And I pay myself via owner's draws because we are an LLC, but nobody's on payroll. Everybody's contractor. So I just kind of take a draw from our business checking account and give that to myself. So that's how I'm paid. And then my self-employed girlies, my friends, listen, Miss IRS, she coming for you. So make sure you put a little something away for taxes because she coming. And then I also wanted to talk about what I want to do differently next year. Like I said earlier, 65% of my yearly income from LTK, although I'm so grateful for that money and that revenue and everything like that, I do not love that big of a portion of my business being built on like one area. Because what if like LTK were to shut down tomorrow? You know, that's $70,000 of my yearly income. I don't love that. So my big thing for this year, like I said, I don't love setting monetary goals because I feel like I can fixate on them a little bit and not really be able to think a little more big picture. So this year I am focusing on diversifying. So that is maybe diversifying my services, diversifying my income, starting this YouTube channel is a part of that, digital products, affiliate links, just different stuff like that. We've been focused really, really heavy on service-based stuff. And I do continue want to do that want to continue to do that, as well as diversifying our services over there as well. I also want to diversify our streams of revenue in general, because another big goal of mine is to create a little bit more work-life balance. And for that to happen, I think I want to take on a little bit less client work and do a little bit more outside revenue stream. So I'll take you guys along that journey this year as I do that. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like because it's something that I've never done, but I feel like I've grown my business a lot and now it's kind of time to scale. Like I said, I don't really know what that's going to look like, but I'm excited to take you guys along on that journey because I grew my business a lot in the last year, and now this year I think I'm really just wanting to kind of scale that without taking away a little bit more of my time. So let me know in the comments down below what your goals are for 2023. Are you going to start your influencer virtual assisting business? I would love to know, and I really hope that y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one.